Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the beautiful people across the whole world, welcome to the first semifinal of the After Hours Gaming League. It's Google versus the undefeated newcomers, National Instruments. The 11-0 number one ranked seed has been tearing things apart, but Google, a 7-4 regular season run, seed number 12, barely made it to the playoffs here with a wild card match miracle, and now in the semifinals have a chance to give National Instruments their first loss. Will they be able to do so, or will it just be the 12th win into the impressive belt of National Instruments' Rage of Glory? We will find out now as we head into game number one. Down in the bottom left-hand corner, from the Googleisks, it is Fibster. And up in the top right side, from the National Instruments team, it is Solid Luck. Clap, 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 clap. Not to be confused with Solid Duck. Not to be confused with Solid Snake, although I really hope the Colonel talks to all three with as equally a burly voice. To build a pylon, press the action button. Now, to sort of frame what's going on right now, in this semifinal match, will yield a winner who will not just advance to the finals, but will advance to the grand finals at Red Bull Santa Monica, where there will be a live finals with the audience. Will pass out thunder sticks, and it will be a seriously legitimate matchup with the whole pro gaming booths, with the glory on the line, of course being streamed and casted by myself. And with the TVP on Overgrowth here, it's going to be a nice tone to set things off. Very kind of funky map when you look at the third bases. The natural is pretty straightforward enough. If you look over at this nearby neighboring third, again, it's pretty reasonably easy to defend, but the real concern comes in the fourth bases. As we look at from anywhere that a player takes a third, I mean, even if you take this as your third base, where do you end up going? Over on this side, it's just such a huge open right side, very, very vulnerable to that Marine Marauder harassment. And of course, on the Terran side of things, anywhere where you'd be harassing with Marine and Marauder, other side would be getting hit with that proxy pylon zealotage. Looks like Solid Luck is sending himself out the probe to investigate all things in the base. And he's finding the one Terran opening that Terrans do nowadays, the Reaper into whatever. Almost certainly Reaper expand. In the meantime, the obvious question, will Solid Luck elect to build a second geyser? No. No, he will not. He's going for the one gate expand. Now, traditionally, there's two big splits that players have been doing from the one gate early expand. And that is a very obvious Templar tech or Robo tech. Do you want to get Colossus to keep you alive? Or do you want to get the Templar with the Storm to keep you alive? That AoE damage is super critical for dealing with a Terran player, except here's the thing. Mines are so good against Templar-focused players, because the mines roast the Zealots so quickly that most Protosses are starting to just only go Robo. I mean, sure, sometimes opening up with Blink, because, hey, I read on a forum that that's an easy way to win. But as of late, players have even been steering clear of that, going straight for Robo. And when they do go Blink, they'll transition into Robo with Colossus anyways. Perfect timing on that Mama Ship core. Similarly, perfect timing by Fibster, the investigating man, to check out all things base. Sees that there is no second gas done yet, so you can get the pretty easy read. Ooh, an interesting little choice from Fibster. He's not going to be opening for the rather traditional bio play. Players have been really loving the Pult style of get yourself three kind of fast barracks and beat the Blink players by rushing out to the middle of the map. What do you know, Joe? It's a Robo. Instead, we're going to see Fibster going straight for the factory, and it looks like he'll be doing some sort of mine-based play. There's a very defensive opening that MMA does, where he gets the factory and then gets two barracks anyways and just builds mines, just to keep himself protected. But we see Fibster not quite doing anything yet. Might go for double barracks right now, but it's probably going to go for Starport. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing to throw out there. Here's the thing to remember and recall and keep in your brain and your mind. In the After Hours Gaming League, we traditionally just have ourselves a good time. We traditionally have ourselves joking fun during the commentary, because this is not the tippest toppest of pros. These are the triest of tryhards, the full-time employees of companies such as Google and National Instruments. But with the semifinals, it means that these teams are in a cutthroat position where they are desperately competing for the Day 9 no prize. Which, in other words, is nothing for themselves, but $5,000 to the charity of their choosing. Now, looks like Solid Luck is going for one of my favorite, most stable openings ever, the 1 Robo, 1 Forge. Getting that armor up. Ooh, what's going to be happening with the medevac? This is the tense moment. This is the deciding factor. What are you going to do with the medevac? It's like in your high school prom. You got a suit, she got a dress, but you know what's really important? Whether or not you stab her with the corsage. That's when the moment of truth comes up. And here we're going to see where that corsage placement's going to lead to. Now, Fibster can do kind of a light pressure. He doesn't have to go all in with this drop. Looks like he will be bringing, it looks like 1 mine, maybe a 2nd mine. Oftentimes his 1st mine can be put to the front defensively, but look at this. Fibster's actually moving out to go aggro mode. Uh-oh. Very sexy. And we're seeing Fibster getting the double barracks. He's getting the double tech lab. How's he going to transition out of this one? Oh, there's the Twilight Council. Solid Luck is doing an extremely defensive kind of play. He has observers set up everywhere to try to do spotting at the front, spotting at the back. But I don't even know if he is going to even have enough. It looks like he's successfully defended that frontal assault, and here it comes, right in the back. Right into the back, and... oh, Fibster, how's he going to micro this? It looks like he's perfect micro there by Solid Luck. Look at that. He didn't even back away. He lost 1 probe. Wait, are you serious? 2 probes? That was amazing by Solid Luck. And now he's chrono boosting straight into +1. Very typical of players who want to be transitioning into Colossus, but it does look like we have the Templar transition. Fibster is just going for straight, regular old bio. I don't mind this transition too much. I would honestly prefer to see the +2 armor, but let's be honest. Immortal anything, so good. Hard to do on the thighs in terms of the impersonation. Just a brief reminder, of course, for everyone. I will be going back to my regular show schedule starting tomorrow. I haven't done shows for 3 weeks. It's been glorious. I feel as though I've retrieved my brain back. Either that or I've just been drinking a lot of coffee. Solid Luck peppering gateways just the way that I pepper socks around my room. Now, this metaphor is going to continue to be relevant because I'm sure you've seen a gateway that hasn't been turned into a warp gate. Just like when you can't find the other sock. Am I right or am I right? Immortals continue to be produced. We're seeing Chronos just pummel down that forge. Absolutely rip-roarious. Now, I haven't been spending a tremendous amount of time talking about our Terran buddy because only at the 10-minute mark is where things begin to spice up with this opening timing. Do you get another command center? Do you get additional barracks? And it looks like Fibster has elected to go straight for the command center. And here's one thing that's glorious about this particular opening we're seeing from Protoss. Terran doesn't quite know if you're going Templar or Colossus. He doesn't quite have the intel, and you can avoid storms and be okay, but you can't be okay and micro versus Colossus without Vikings, especially if you have such a small amount of bio. So Fibster is making the correct choice, but this is what is so awesome about Solid Luck's opening. Provides these very sexy, smexy transitions. Now, Solid Luck looks like he's halted his probe production. He's at about 20 at each location, which is good. It'll put him at just over 50. And we'll see him halt his probe production until he begins to set up a 3rd base. Right now, what the Protoss player is looking to do is be as aggressive as possible with counter drops, with warp-ins, and Terran player is going to try to chip away. Here comes Fibster, Mr. National Instruments, Solid Luck, just trying to defend. Google's Fibster trying to find a way around. Oh no, oh no, oh my god. Oh my god. Is he going to get fed back? An annihilation occurs. We see those special extra-colored teal storms. I mean, Fibster got smickety smacked down. The edge very much so in the favor of Solid Luck. In theory, I mean, he's absolutely wrecked those drops, but at this point in time, Solid Luck hasn't taken himself another base. I mean, he's pushing out, and this looks beautiful. He has a very nice aggressive force. He's got a nice aggressive mix in terms of his gateways, 7 out on the field, but without an expansion or any counter-harass. Fibster is in relatively fine shape. You can tell he's feeling the pressure, though, because he hasn't elected to get these add-ons over here. Getting the Ghost Academy straight away going to be a perfectly fine play, especially given the fact that Fibster has monitored both bases. That early Widow Mine that wasn't part of the battle. So good spotting that extra base. So Fibster has the right idea in mind, holding all the watchtowers at the frontal position. He set himself up the third base. His worker count is at 55. He's slowly pulling ahead. Not quite on point with that nonstop production, but what are you going to do, man? It's the AHGL Game 1 semifinal. Your heart must be pounding. The adrenaline must be coursing through your body in the same way it was when I watched The Red Wedding with a friend who'd never seen it before. Oh my god, the feelings inside me. Now, this is interesting. A Robo Bay and 3 gateways coming out. Typically, this Nexus would have been started already. Now, that's okay as long as you begin to be very sort of sparing in how you spend your money, as long as you have plenty of extra supply. One of those things is true, but Solid Luck has been spending a ton of cash getting up cannons. I mean, in other words, Solid Luck is saying, you can't beat me in the late game. As long as we get to late game, I'm going to be in perfectly good shape. Solid Luck is going for the long game, for the turtle mode. And if I had to pick a player to be ahead, it would definitely be Fibster right now. I mean, we see no pylons on the other side of the map. Solid Luck is doing a very defensive job positioning and has just observers everywhere. I mean, this is great stuff, but... oh no, the factory's going to go down. Oh, doesn't seem like a big deal, but whenever you need the starport, that is the exact moment that the factory's just dead. Stim's going to go down. There's going to be a nice delay. Ooh, cool multi-pronged attack coming up from Fibster. Picks off. And over at the left side, immediately storming in. It looks like Solid Luck is not quite in a good position on either front. Zealot's getting warped in, and with the upgrades being 1-2, it means that Fibster is falling relatively quickly. He's stepping in. We're starting to see the Zealot count not really high enough to fend this attack off, and things are starting to get warped in one at a time. It looks like it's going to be a feedback Templar. But too bad the amulet hasn't been researched. It's been taken out of the game. No free storms for you. Solid Luck is going to lose this Nexus. Ouch. Oh my god. Teal storms go down and the Zealots are like, dude, you should have just waited for a few more seconds. You didn't have to storm my face. And Solid Luck's like, dude, totally worth it. Please, please eat that with your forehead. Apply storms directly to forehead, Fibster. Is really just slowly picking our Protoss player Solid Luck apart. I mean, things are looking amazing for the Googleisks. Really, really quite elegant play from Fibster. He's starting to set up all his add-ons. They're starting to pop out. We see the upgrade centers in the back, but at only 1-1, it's starting to look like a potential window of opportunity for our Protoss player Solid Luck to step in. He's already at 2-2 and has done this all with just a single forge. There's no way for Terran to catch up in upgrades because they don't have Chrono Boost. Insert Balance Wine. Countered with Mules. And we're even. Cool. Now, vision control is definitely going to the Terran player in this position. He's doing a gorgeous job trying to fend off the backsides. Solid Luck is just in prime position. One of the best things about an excellent Terran player is that he knows that these attacks don't have to land, they don't have to deal damage, as long as it creates opportunities. 6 ghosts coming out, oh my god. It's like he's buying ghosts from Costco, man. They're just pouring out in big packages, saran wrapped together. Ooh, a critical pylon right here. The Robo would also be another nice target. But look at this. They are getting the chance to land. They do get the Artosis pylon down. And Fibster stepping in. Uh-oh, this is turning into an Artosis Nexus. A Nexus with no defense. No, that's too cruel. Can't possibly say something so vicious on Mother's Day. Bum-bum! Alright, 3 ghosts coming out. That will bring the count, it looks up to 11, is that right? Oh, nope, 13. Wow, it's going to go to 15 ghosts. Now, there is a little bit of a danger. Ghosts, though they're amazing with the EMPs, if you look at this army, there's actually not a terribly large amount of Zealots. That will generally be the reinforcement unit, but soon enough it means that it's going to be a largely Ghost army versus Colossus Immortal Stalker. If there's too many ghosts, it's not really going to work so well. Ooh, I'm starting to get a little concerned. I mean, don't get me wrong, high-level tech units are great, but, I mean, the Marines and Marauders that are so dutifully being sacrificed at the top side of the map, they are the big damage dealers. Solid Luck now has defended his backside. And we're seeing continued lockdown. I mean, Solid Luck is ahead of supply when compared to the Terran player, but if you look at the makeup, 19 Zealots, well, I mean, here's 15 or so supply right here. Here's another 15 or so supply up in the top left side, scattered around. Most of the army for Protoss is spread out few and far between, which is fantastic so long as there's those counterattacks. Little cleanups starting to happen. We're starting to see momentum slowly shift for Solid Luck. There's the Warp Prism. Here's the big Warp Prism. And I'm whispering because the tension has begun. God, there needs to be a pylon here so badly. This is such a potential target. Fibster hasn't even really begun to mine too much gas from here yet. There's the scan. Oh my god, the ghost count is many. The ghost count is plenty, but the marauder count is the one I'm really starting to look for. Solid Luck's getting into position. Orange versus teal, Google versus National Instruments, $5,000 of my money on the line. Looks like Solid Lick is not in this game. It's actually Solid Luck, his identical twin brother, who doesn't like salt nearly as much. Solid Luck advancing forward just with, you know, some scout zealots, which, though might seem a little odd, he's not spending tons of money doing counter zealot warp-ins, but what it looks like Solid Luck's plan is to wait for this large Terran army to engage and then to do the counter drop. I mean, typically the Warp Prism counterattacks are really sexy and look gorgeous and look really, really effective, but against the Pult style of Terran, which is to have lots and lots and lots and lots of mobile forces split up into different groups, those counterattack drops aren't quite as effective. What's effective is this stage in the game. Fibster has Ghosts and Vikings that need Marines and Marauders all to stick together in order for it to be strong. So if Solid Luck can bait this large blobby army back, that's going to be the window of opportunity. But at this point in time, I think Fibster's starting to realize, man, this Protoss player really doesn't have a lot of resources. I can probably lock him out of this gold base with some nice pressure in mid, lock him out of this fourth or third base on the right side. I guess we'll now will be a fifth. And then I can just out-resource my opponent to death. Solid Luck's continuing to step forward with a couple of smattered zealots. Fibster's just kind of relentlessly expanding, exactly what he needs to be doing. Building bunkers at these back sides, and you know, if I'm Fibster, I'm probably going to begin to run the risk of getting a little bit comfortable and starting to go, yeah, all right, yeah, well, cool, well, you know, I mean, he hasn't really done a lot of counterattacks, so, you know, I have, like, what, a Zealot with 3 Marines in it. It's not even walled off. We have a planetary there, so we should be cool, so time to begin expanding up. I mean, 3-2's almost done. I think Fibster's starting to realizing time to strike is getting real soon. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my God. There's no observers. Oh, my God, where are the observers? Oh, my God, where are the observers? Where are the observers? Oh! Ugh. He's starting to step forward. The Templar have been held back. They've got all the purple. We're starting to see the Mothership Core fall down. Dancing every which way. Ghosts coming around the backside. The cannons, the saviors right now. But counter Zealot Warp, and exactly what Protoss needs to be doing. Solid Luck dealing some absolutely massive damage into the main base. Now Solid Luck just needs to land a few good storms. He just needs to hold on a little bit longer, but right now Fibster is starting to feel that pressure. We're hearing the snipes go down, trying to pick off those key targets. Very nice sneak around at the backside. Has managed to remove some of the energy, some of the shields. But I mean, the energy and the shields are already so high from being left alone for so long. More EMPs could go down at any moment. They don't really need to go down. This army's going to melt relatively quickly, but the Colossus are getting in the key hits that they need to be getting in the main base. Oh my god, never mind! Oh, the storms, the gruesome storms, and the Zealot warp-ins. It's not even that many Zealots, it's only around 8, but 3 of the barracks have fallen. Fibster's trying desperately to rebuild. Wait, is that 5 of the barracks have fallen down? Suddenly Fibster, our Terran player from Google, falling apart. Solid Luck. Really just wrecking house there. Oh my god, the rebellious Terran units are shooting their own starport, finally stopping at 1,000 HP. More gateways getting morphed in from Solid Luck. He's just wanted to play slow, steady, stable. That starport's gonna die soon. Warp Prism finally pulls out of that phasing mode. And Solid Luck honestly looks to be in absolutely fantastic position. Really in prime shape. This needs to be a very gentle poke. He needs to pick this off and retreat right the hell out of there right now. This is a very easy opportunity to blow a big lead. Simple target. And look at this play. Look at Solid Luck. Ah, Solid Luck playing like a real pro. I mean, being fairly defensive the entire game, but being relentless with his defense. I mean, look at this. Every base has cannons everywhere. We're starting to see Templar in every single location, just hanging out. Scattering and a smattering of units gets eliminated almost immediately, and Tech Labs abound for Fibster. I think this is a wise choice. He needed to ensure that he could get his production cranking out quickly. And now Fibster has begun to take out the bottom right expansion. This is really the only juicy mining expansion left for Fibster. Fibster is going to have to start to do the big play. Tisk, 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 Fibster. Every little movement we're seeing out of Solid Luck is gorgeous. As he draws the army down here, he steps forward into middle, seizing not one, but two watchtowers, monitoring the gold base, and bringing a warp prism here for a little bit of fun. It's already preloaded. Solid Luck. Doing the worst nightmare of Terrans around the world, the DT's in the main. For any of you who didn't know, the last match of the last OGN StarCraft tournament was won with a Dark Templar rush. Is that telling or what? Rocks falling down, continued harassment, single zealot on the right side, perfect economy. That's just the way you want to do it. Now the Terran army is a little bit bigger. Not terribly bigger, but just a little bit, 123 to 109. The supply lead is for the Protoss player, hanging at 63 supply. DTs barely don't break that expansion, but this single warp prism at the backside is being a real sneaky jerk. I mean, Fibster is kind of like slowly globulating to the right. The globulation is strong with this one. And you know, I love this idea of like composition skewing, starting off very zealot heavy, doing the harassment with the zealots, and then eventually the main army has hardly any zealots. Close to max. Oh, Stargates for Tempest. It is a in-house luck. I mean, he's just secured all these bases. He's getting the gas from them. He'll transfer probes to minerals. And soon enough, he's just going to have this gigantic Archon, Templar, Tempest army. I hope he gets carriers. Carriers would be super dope. Alright. At this point in time, this is looking extremely like Protoss' game. Fibster has to have more or less a perfect engagement right now before the transition to Tempest or carriers can begin. Again, I'm shooting for carriers. We won't know till the last second, as they both require the exact same tech building. Another warp prism getting produced. Love it, absolutely love it. Wait, is he been getting away with this with one robo? Damn, 30 minutes in and one robo. For this to have worked, Solid Luck has been doing a superb job conserving these Colossi. Looks like he will turn one pylon into an Artosis pylon. One pylon to end them all. He's begun to target fire the Nexus. I don't think he'll actually be able to get this down. Oh, goes for the second pylon too late. A slight misjudgment, and in the meantime, the big push. No! The steering! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, the Google Maps said to hang a slight right, and they hung a slight left. And got themselves just murdered into hell. Now we do have these Stargates finished. Solid Luck looks like he's delaying his plan to make the big switch to the Tempest or to the Colossus. He wants to set up the defenses first. We're starting to see cannons continue to get built. We're actually not starting to see that. We're just seeing so many cannons in this game. I mean, this is easy peasy lemon squeezy. So good. Fibster is trying to get in there. There's actually Void Rays. Seems like an unusual choice, but I mean, oh, dude, those EMPs were sick. Those EMPs, but does it even matter? I mean, again, there's just not that many Marauders in this force. I mean, the Archons are going to plummet down really quickly. But Fibster needs the Vikings. The Vikings are the big question. Unreal. Solid Luck. So good. Look at this. The Zealots, the heroic Zealots. Zealots totally giving their lives for ire on this one. Oh yeah. Oh my god, yes. Oh, that's a Graviton Catapult. Guys, this is going to be my favorite Stargate real soon here. This has a carrier. You can see its beautiful Beautiful hull warping in there. He has pulled the TIE Fighter move. He's hit Alt-S. He's called for air reinforcements. Gravitic Drive going down. This is starting to become the luxury upgrade portion of the Protoss vs. Terran matchup. Much like someone in their 50s who's built up a whole bunch of wealth from sacrificing everything and working their buns off. And now they have to buy things with their money and they can't quite figure out what to do, so it looks like a diamond-studded golf glove. Solid Luck trying to continue to do these Warp Prism harassments. Might not look as effective. I mean, this is going to get scanned and picked off in a matter of seconds. The Warp Prism didn't manage to do much, but Solid Luck's buying the time. Oh my god, the Golden Armada. Oh, the Golden Armada is coming. This is like a gold-plated Armada right here. GT's in the main base. I mean, look at this. It's so great. Frosty's in chat. Says Golden Amanda. Now, it does appear that the main base from Fibster is just being slowly chewed away. And this is one thing I just love about this kind of play. Just peeling the opponent apart, doing a little bit of damage here and there in every which way. One of these important laws of StarCraft is that, you know, around 60 workers, you don't really get much more utility. 60 workers mining money, that is. So what oftentimes will happen is that players will secure bases like this and just not put any workers there. They'll wait until the other extraneous bases get mined out and then just transfer them around. The one wonderful tidbit that you get to pick up is the gas. Now, Protoss can use gas obviously a lot easier because they have Templar. I mean, like, way easier. I can't explain this. Neither can Bill O'Reilly. And this is the moment where the Terran player needs to land those EMPs. I mean, Protoss is powered up. He does have 5k in the bank. But the Terran army at max, if it hits those EMPs, if the Viking count is high enough, he can pick this off. He's decided to engage, but there's really not that much anti-air. It's largely a Marauder force. Oh my god. You can't explain that. You can't explain this. The main force is getting absolutely ripped to shreds. 4 carriers are in production. The Golden Armada, the Golden Flock at this point in time. It's blinked upon, blunked down. GG. Oh my god. A dominating performance by Solid Luck. Absolutely had that game on lockdown start to finish. Goodness, man. Jeez. Jeez Louise, lemon squeezy. That was just an incredible, incredible match. Very well done. Does mean that the series has been elevated to 1-0 status. Team National Instruments undefeated at 12-0 continue their streak of undefeatedness. Let's see if they can close it out as we continue this best of 7 after this.